Hello everyone, LRon here with part 11 of my Paradise Lost OT8 2.0. So we're approaching the halfway point of the Wipe House encounter. We've got just a couple more rooms to deal with before we have toilet paper physically in our hands. And then we will need to come out the way we came in. So then I see this, it's like, it gets me every time because I think that it's a proper staircase, but then my depth perception kind of just makes me miss the fact that there's that double stair that I won't be able to climb over. So this time around we don't have to worry about gates opening. We will need to worry about one of them opening in the course of the exit, but coming in they all stay closed. And so I come up here and there's only 2 health pipes up here, so if you're full health don't bother coming up here. But it's good to know that the health pipes are there, so consider yourself informed. And so when I get close enough to see that it's just health pipes and nothing behind them, I then jump down. I'm guessing that fall's big enough to damage you if you go all the way down, so I used the forklift as a stepping stone to prevent taking like 2 damage. So it should be clear the rest of the way to the toilet paper. Then we're going to have to deal with a nice big group of revigorated enemies. There's some stinks in here. I might use the stinks against Zach Ward. I did in average mode at least. Although I've noticed at some points that the machete actually works pretty good on bosses, so I might need to try the machete out on Zach Ward and see if that works out nicely. I guess you won't see that happen if it ends up being a bust, but if it works out great, you'll see that. But I'm pretty sure I used the stinks on Zach Ward the previous time I actually fought him. And then in my second run, I did the collect it legitimately from the yokels for the yokel achievement. Royal pain in the butt, but it was doable. I mean, you're essentially needing to do maybe like 30 people, so I mean, it's essentially just like the sign my petition deal, where you know, some people give right away, some people will take 2 or 3, and some people are complete asswipes and will start running away when you make death threats. And, of course, when you make the death threats, you've got to live up to that reputation, so you gotta just go and kill them as revenge. And for those of you trying to do the pacifist run and the speed run simultaneously like I did, you are able to just run into Zach Ward's place and pick up the money and just run away from him. You don't actually have to kill him. So be sure to use that to your advantage instead of spending 30 minutes or whatever on trying to get the funds the yokel approach. And you know the worst thing about the yokel approach? Eventually, the Postal 3 version of the dude's voice will stop pestering you about, you know, the whole go visit Zach Ward for the money. But then our kosher and loved Postal dude's voice will basically continue where I put the Postal 3 dude's voice left off, and basically remind us every time. It's like, hey, that other voice might shut up if I actually do go and see Zach Ward. It's like, well, he did shut up, so why are you talking about it now? I mean, this kind of defeats the whole purpose of him finally shutting up. So, back in a previous version of the game, over by the napalm factory in the river, there's supposedly supposed to be a machete today, but it's been patched out. I have looked there extensively in previous playthroughs when I heard the rumors of its existence, and I assure you that it is presently not there. So we are going to take this indoor approach so we avoid those respawns that I complained about. And the save that I'm running off of at this point leads me all the way back to right before I picked up the toilet paper. So when I got sandwiched by those 50 douchebags, or however many it was, I had to redo everything from that up to this point, essentially. And so that wasn't fun, so I went with this indoor approach, because I know that there's a lot less people in here, and even if they do start respawning, onesie-twosies are a lot easier to manage than having to go through a pair of heavily populated areas. And I probably sound like I'm dying. I haven't heard myself in the recordings yet, so I don't know how much this is translating to over the microphone. But yeah, this is probably going to go on for several more days, real life days, that is, meat space days, and it'd be a disservice to wait until my voice is pristine to continue on with this, so I'm pushing through. In the previous couple of videos, it wasn't so bad. I mean, my voice wasn't fully messed up yet at that point. You probably heard the occasional clanky clank. That was probably a cough drop banging against my teeth as I was talking. I presently don't have a cough drop in my mouth, but I probably should at this point. It's starting to burn again. But I'll see how long I can push before needing to actually go and resort to that. And so, all we need left for today's objectives is to go and take out the competition. And I completely forgot about that cat there. I should have crouched and picked him up. Although I'm well beyond the time of utilizing cats for shotgun purposes, so I think it's really just a matter of wanting to keep the cats safe from that stupid merchant, even though that merchant technically doesn't exist in Postal mode. I think it's just a principle that he's probably out there and he's gonna molest those cats if someone else captures them and sells them. I haven't actually gone and killed a Cash for Cats vendor yet in a previous playthrough, but I'm thinking I probably should. Maybe I'll consider that for my next playthrough. Well, I'll have all the achievements by that point, so I'm basically free to do whatever I want. I mean, that's technically speaking, my first playthrough I did whatever I wanted, and then second playthrough I picked up whatever achievements I missed that wasn't Speed or Pacifist Run. Or harder than r/gonewild, of course. Because those three need special attention. Everything else is pretty much doable on a random playthrough, and don't generally conflict with each other. But in any case, we are approaching the end of the video, so I will see you next video. Good luck, have fun.